If you are passing through a difficult moment, a difficult time, and you feel like you have no hope, you feel like giving up, this message is so. In the life of a human being, Christian or not, we all have those moments where it feels like we do not have like the strength to continue. It just feels like giving up because we did everything we could, or sometimes we do not even have the resources to do what we normally should. So let's take our Bible in 1 Samuel 7 verse 12. The Bible says, "Then Samuel took a stone and set it up between Mizpah and Chin and called its name Ebenezer, saying, 'Thus far the Lord have helped.'" So today I'm going to ask you to do something. Take a look back in your life. As a child of God, I'm sure that there are many victories that the Lord have given to you. I'm sure that when you look in your past, when you look in your life, there are a lot of things, a lot of victory. There were situations where you felt like you won't even survive. There were times like that, like you felt like you did not have any hope, but still God showed up for you. Look back in those situations, those days, maybe you were praying for God to provide for something, and out of nowhere, God touched the heart of somebody and the person helped you. There are many stories of victories like that. You may see them as small, you may see them as big, but I'm sure that there are many victories that you can record in your life. There are many victories that the Lord gave you. So as the Bible is saying here, Samuel, I really like the sentence, the way Samuel called the stone. He called it Ebenezer, saying, "Thus far the Lord have helped us." I see this stone as something that can remind him, that can remind the people of God of what God did. It was not like something that he just said. It was something that he took like a stone. It was like a stone of remembrance. And for me, it's something that they can look up to whenever the things get tough, because the Lord have been helping them. It's something that they can remember. They can see this and say, "Oh, look, the Lord did that. The Lord gave us this victory." And when something is physical, when you can see something physically, it will be hard for you actually to forget the thing. Especially like when you want to go out and you do not want to forget something. Most of the time what people do is that they take the thing and they put it in front of them so that they can see it. When they see it, they won't forget it. So I want you to make this something graphic in your mind. Take a notebook and begin to write your victories. And most of the time, because when we remember what the Lord have done for us, it triggered faith in us. We look at it and we said, okay, so because the Lord did it yesterday, what makes me believe that he can't do it today? And I have this word for you, is that the Lord will do it again. As the Lord did it in the past, as the Lord showed up for you where there were no hope, the Lord will show again for your sake. So do not listen to the voice of the enemy. Sometimes you even need to begin to speak about those things that the Lord did for you in the past. Sometimes when those thoughts of defeat are coming in your mind, you need to speak up and remind yourself and say in the psalm, he is speaking to his soul. He is speaking to his soul. Sometimes you need to voice it out. You need to speak and say, "Listen, my soul, the Lord have been faithful to me. If he gave me the victory with the lion, like David would say, Goliath cannot do anything to me." So look back and begin to confess the victory. Begin to meditate on those victories. And this is something that I observe in my own life. Whenever I feel like giving up, and I remember some of the things that the Lord did for me, some of those situations, in which God gave me victory, it triggers faith, and the worries just disappears. The worries and the negative thoughts, all of those, it just disappear. You see, so you need to set a stone of remembrance in your life. That stone of remembrance can be worshiping God, praising God daily for those things that He did for you in this in the past. That stone of remembrance can be you noting the things, like every day, I am grateful for this thing, even as small as it is. When you will begin to think about it, or when we begin to write it, this comes with the strength, because when you are remembering what the Lord did for you, it's like praise or worship, because you are remembering yourself of something to bring you in the position of being grateful to God for what He did already. And believe me, the more grateful we are, the more the Lord is doing in our lives. Today, I just want to encourage you to look up to God, to remember all those great victories that He gave to you. All those times you cried out to Him and He answered. And when you read the book of Psalm, you understand one of the strengths of David was to be able to remember what God did for him in the past. Because in most of the Psalms you will see, the Lord that delivered me from, the Lord that delivered me from. And I believe that this was one of the reasons why he was close to the heart of God, because he was not forgetful. And many of us are finding ourselves in a place of weariness because we are so forgetful. We are so forgetful. And I believe it's something about the human, we forget easily. We forget easily, especially when you are facing something bad. You easily forget the good that happened to you yesterday. So it's very important that you will become a person that always stand in the place of remembering what God did for you in the past. And I believe that this is something that will really give you the strength to continue in the midst of tribulation, of adversity. And it will also trigger something. God will see that you are a grateful person. And when God sees that you are a grateful person, I'm sure that whatever you need, there is not something that He will not do for you, because He knows that you are a grateful person. So I encourage you today to go back and to record all those past victories. And I believe that by doing that, the Lord will visit you in a tremendous way, in a way that you don't even think of or imagine. Do not let the devil will even flee, because he will see the way your mind, the way you will become resistant. Because when you remember, or when you know what God can do, it gives you a kind of resistance. And the Bible says to resist the devil and he will flee. So it's time to resist with this mindset of being grateful, of remembering what God did for us in the past. So I hope this video have been a blessing for you. This was your sister Daphne. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share if the video was a blessing for you. And see you in my next video.